Hi guys, this is Susan from Thrifty Living, working on my very first sales video update. This update is going to be actually July the 3rd through the 9th. Don't have a whole lot, didn't have a whole lot going on this week. Had a few auctions running, so things went a little cheaper than I would like, but this time of the year, you know, a sale is a sale, so we'll take what we can get. The first thing I have is this pair of vintage Hanes pantyhose. I picked these up at an estate sale for, I think, 50 cents. They were never opened. $5.95 when they were new. So, but you can tell definitely by the picture that these were vintage. So, sold them for $12 with priority shipping. So, I was happy to get that out of here. Next thing we have, I was definitely glad to get out of here because it took up a lot of space. Sold these, it's baseball monthly magazines from 1992, 93, and 94. These are pricing guides that they use to price baseball cards. Really, I had nothing in these. My dad gave these to me, so he got these somewhere in a clean out that he did along the way. So, didn't really get a whole lot for them, $18, and they went, I think I actually ended up losing a little bit on shipping. But that's okay. Like I said, they were taking up a lot of space in my tote, so I was glad to move them on out the door. Next, a Michael Kors shirt. Nothing special about this shirt, just a linen cotton blend, men's size large. I think I actually took a best offer for this one for $15. I had had it a long time, so I was glad to take $15 and let it go. And it was Michael by Michael Kors, so that is a little bit lower end brand of Michael Kors. I'm not a real big Michael Kors fan anyway. It's a really slow mover for me, so it's not something I pick up a lot. Next, now I am a fan of the weird snapback hats, so anything I can find that's unusual, I like to pick up. This one, I think, Gross Bio Fish Company, Louisiana. Pretty cool hat. Really had no flaws at all to it. Not sure how old it was, so of course I didn't list it as vintage, but it sold for $24.99, and it went in a 6x6, yeah, 6x6x6 or by 7 box. I do not like to put my hats in a poly bag. I know a lot of people do, but my husband's really picky about his hats, so I try to take care of other people's. The next one I think is my big sale of the week. This is a very unusual Tory vintage. Tory Richard is a good brand on its own, but this is kind of an unusual one, and it's vintage, so got a little more for this one. Had it listed for $89.99, actually sold for $70, so I'll take that any day. I picked this up, I think, at the Value Village for like $6, so definitely 6 into 70. If you run across this particular, the guy with the ukulele and in the hammock is very sought after version of the Tory Richard. And let me just show you that brand tag if you're not familiar with it. And of course it was an extra large, so that's a little better. People like the larger shirts seem to be harder to find. My next one was a Straight Talk Wireless unlimited talk, text, and data plan. This actually was a boo-boo buy. My oldest daughter bought it for my youngest for Christmas, and it was the wrong company. She didn't have Straight Talk. She had Net 10 at the time, so she's only 13, so I was letting her figure out how much data and talking and text she used up before I put her on our plan. So sold this for $35 probably within 5 minutes of listing it. I know it was less than face value, but I really just wanted to get it out of my desk, and you can't return these. So Next one is the Net 10 card that we bought the wrong one. So there again, you cannot return them. So I listed it for less than face value just to get it out of the house. Probably could have listed it for 25, but I listed it for 20. And again, sold really quickly the same night I listed it. And I have it listed as free local pickup because they didn't have a digital way to ship things. I actually emailed them or messaged them through eBay the code after they bought it, so I didn't actually have anything to mail, and I've already all those are already taken care of and thrown away, thankfully. Next one is this was a Newport Blue. It's not a great brand. That's why I didn't even bother to put the brand in the title. Instead, I decided to use the title for some descriptive words. It was new with tags, which is why I picked it up. If I had to do it over again, I wouldn't have picked it up. I only paid $1 for it, but I only sold it for $15, and that's not really the kind of outcome I would like to have. I picked it up mainly because of the print. It was bikers, motorcycles, and the fact that it was new with tags, and the fact that it was a 2X. I thought it would sell faster than it did, but I actually have had it for about a year, so not a great sale on that one, but glad it's gone. Same with this one. I picked it up because it was Daytona Beach, and it was skulls in Florida, and it was a big size, 2XL. It was in really great condition, really bright black, but there again, it's been here for probably a year, and it went out of here for $9, so glad to see it go, and probably wouldn't pick that up again either. Next one, new with tags, Minnesota Vikings men's tie. I actually picked 3 of these up at the same time at one of my little local thrift stores. They sell ties for 25 cents. So that's actually the same thrift store where I got a bunch of Hermes ties earlier in the summer. So I picked these 3 up, all 3 new with tags, and picked them up for $0.25 and sold this one for $14.97. And probably sold that, I would say, within a week of listing it. This one was a little out of my realm of knowledge. I picked these up at an estate sale, got them for $1. I picked up, I want to say 4 or 5 of them just because I thought they were interesting and I didn't know anything about them, and now I know. Not great sellers, as you can see. Sold for $7.95 with free shipping, and it was cheap to ship, so probably less than $3, but definitely not worth my time to list. Next pair, a pair of Levi's silver tab baggy jeans, men's jeans. I got these at a yard sale. Didn't really take the time to look them over great. Not the greatest picture either, as you can see. I didn't even hang them up straight on that one. They did have some damage. They had a few spots of paint, looks like lavender paint. I did take close-ups of all of those and put that in my description here, and even put it in my title because I wanted to make sure they knew there was damage. I didn't want to return on it. Did go ahead and list them just because they were silver tabs. Silver tabs usually sell really well, and I think I ended up taking the best offer of $18 for these. And not a bad return for a couple of dollars, and especially with the damage. Next pair, boys, Timberland size 14 jeans. Nothing really special about these jeans, just plain jeans. I got these at a local thrift store. They were having a $1 sale, so I got these for $1. Sold them for $9.99, free shipping. So again, not really worth my time to fool with, but this time of the year, you definitely let things go for less than you want to sometimes. Next one is a Lily Pulitzer dress. It's a tank dress, but it's actually a thicker material, almost like a really light corduroy, so I would say it would be more of a fall winter type dress with a shirt underneath. Was a size 6X. If you're not familiar with Lilly Pulitzer, it's a very good children's brand. They also sell women's clothes. Um, Once you get familiar with the brand, you can kind of pick them out from the end of the aisle. They're really easy to spot once you know kind of their signature um, patterns. And this is the tag here, and somewhere usually, well, actually always, I'm not sure where it is in this particular print, but it will, every print of Lilly Pulitzer, somewhere in it will say